Mitch McConnell took a nasty fall. We're going to give you the details on it. He was injured to some degree, but not seriously. Welcome to the TenNapel channel. This is where all my buddies in exile are, still fighting the good fight, even though Mitch McConnell's given up that fight a long time ago.
And medical personnel seen leaving Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell's office after Punchbowl News reports he fell during a GOP lunch.
Before we get to his injury, he was actually on the floor earlier yesterday, and this is just so you can see kind of how slow he is. Here he is.
On January 20th, 2021, President Biden broke with long-standing precedent and fired the General Counsel of the National Labor Relations Board.
Okay, he's going into Biden's old policy, National Labor Relations Board. Then he goes to lunch, and he had so they're all dismissed. They all made their speeches. Then they went to lunch, and he had a nasty fall. Here's Kyle Becker over on X. Mitch McConnell suffered a fall during a Senate lunch earlier today and is currently receiving medical treatment. The incident marks the latest in a series of health issues for the longtime Kentucky senator. That would be the longest time Kentucky senator, who has experienced multiple falls in recent years, sparking concerns over his health and ability to continue his duties. So we're going to get to a little bit of, should he not retire? I mean, why hold on to power that long? I don't want to, it's his right. People elected him and they know what they're electing. But at some point, I mean, when you can't stand up through lunch, maybe it's time to take a back seat. McConnell, who recently announced his decision to step down as Senate GOP leader after holding the position for a record-breaking tenure, has faced a string of public health incidents. This includes a March 2023 fall that resulted in a concussion and a broken ribs and tripping while deboarding a plane at Reagan National Airport. So a lot of these even went unreported just because his injuries are so common now. His health has drawn increasing scrutiny following these events, along with a visibly unsettling freeze during a news conference, which we covered last year. He just started staring into space and just lost it, which apparently is pretty normal when you're that old. McConnell's office has yet to comment on the latest incident or provide details about his condition. He has ongoing, I can't remember what it was. Is it palsy? Oh man, I can't remember. But he has an ongoing condition that isn't going to go away. So the bigger question is, if he steps down, there's some swirl on the internet. What if something should happen to him in office and he stepped down? Who would replace him? So I went to Grok over on X. That's an AI program where you can ask it questions. And here's what I asked. If Mitch McConnell stepped down, who would appoint his replacement? Because people were saying Bashir, a Democrat, would appoint his replacement. So that would be bad because then we would lose the seat to a Democrat, right? Not so fast. Here's the answer. If Mitch McConnell were to step down from his Senate seat, the process for appointing his replacement is governed by Kentucky state law. Kentucky Senate Bill 228, passed in 2021, stipulates that if a vacancy occurs in the Senate, the state's governor, currently Democrat Andy Bashir, would appoint a replacement from a list of 3 names provided by the Executive Committee of the Republican Party of Kentucky. This means that while the appointment is technically made by the governor, the choice is limited to candidates selected by the state's Republican Party leadership. So that just means they need to find one normal conservative Republican to replace him. It could be someone like a Rand Paul, who's also from Kentucky. And then you also nominate 2 lunatics, like hard right, like you also appoint, you put up Alex Jones and Candace Owens, and then you can push them into your favorite guy. That's my plan. What do you guys think? Should Mitch McConnell step down, or does he have a right to hang on because he won the votes to take that seat and people knew what they were getting into this time?
McConnell, who, by the way, is 82, the longest serving Senate party leader in Senate history.
I'm Doug in exile.